Right Club!
City streets, nice streets, mean streets, dangerous streets, hip streets, ghetto streets, Beach Street, dancing in the streets. Personal favorite of mine, fancy the Boogie Jagger version. Street life, street culture. What is all of this? And why the allure for a humble common thing? I mean, streets are as common today as cold sores. Or maybe that's a bad analogy, but you get what I mean. They're everywhere, with us on them. Going to work, the bank, gym, then IKEA, maybe Zanku chicken, but Emina hasn't given you diarrhea, so you get a cheeseburger and animal fries. But miles upon miles of interlocking streets connecting this sprawling metropolis and the world. We all traveled on them tonight to get here, and we'll be using them to get home, and so on. So it's easy to take these engineering feats for granted that have also given us a lot of social and cultural significance. But before we drive into that, we must dissect the street by making a U-turn and travel back into history. In the beginning, there were only roads and trails of dirt. No asphalt, cement, no gutters connected to sewage, no street lights, absolutely barbaric. And if it rained, forget about it. You know, living in LA, how when it rains, how difficult life can be. But back then, all that dirt would magically turn into mud, making the travel experience a total nightmare. Then the Romans came along and started building legitimate roads and highways, stone paved and metalled with footpaths and drainage, promoting their badassness. But there were still no street lights, so traveling by night was quite dangerous, as well as traveling between lonely stretches where one's party could be ambushed, giving rise to the rough and dangerous highway robber. Some notable thieves of the time, James Hind, Dick Turpin, 16-string Jack.
Yeah.
Yes. Robin Hood. Hello, Robin Hood. Sonny Bean. No, Sonny Bean. Sonny Bean is actually a story that stories are made of. Not only was his group thieving and murdering, but they were also cannibalizing their victims and pickling them. A little gross. But streets were pretty rough and dangerous in the beginning. Now, let's take the fast lane and travel way into the future, because a whole lot of things stayed the same with streets until the automobile. Let's specifically go to the US during the 1920s, where alcohol prohibition is in full effect, and the streets spawned the bootleg moonshiner, making speedy deliveries running from cops, turning into overnight heroes for the thirsty lots. I'm always thirsty. Anyway, later these gallant gents would create NASCAR. Woo! NASCAR? Yes, Not too many fans, that's okay. Cementing their legacy. Also during this time period were the gangsters and bank robbers like John Dillinger, Babyface Nelson, Bonnie and Clyde.
Yeah!
Yes, fascinating the public with their criminal hijinks and high-speed chases, running from law enforcement. You're never gonna catch me, copper. Well, they did, and it was exciting. But as we take the next lane over to post-World War II America, the baby boom is underway, and Los Angeles is incorporating freeways, rapidly expanding and connecting the city. This new era ushers in a new bandit to the street, a modern highway robber to be exact, the outlaw biker. Or outlaw biker gang, you know, like Hells Angels, Mongols, pagans, name a few. Interesting side note, apparently there was a motorcycle club named the Pink Angels founded in San Francisco in 1931. And yes, they were a gay motorcycle club. But movies like The Wild One in '53 with Marlon Brando, romanticizing the outlaw biker, maintaining his rebellious, dangerous image, but making him cool and sexy at the same time, started to change people's perception of the street. Rebel without a cause. Even hep cats were getting into it with Kerouac's On the Road. Another group in this era that still exists today that made the street cool was the greaser, or rockabilly, with his hot rod, though he might have had a motorcycle. But some notable fictional greasers through the time, like the Jets and the Sharks, gangs from the West Side, yes. The Fonz from Happy Days with his signature A. Let's not forget Danny Zuko and the T-Birds from Grease. Or the guys from The Outsiders, keeping the streets rebellious, sexy, cool, and dramatic. Stay gold, pony boy. Stay gold. As we change lanes and slow down to exit our current time, we see a lot of change in our streets, especially in urban areas teeming with different types and kinds of people. Young, old, rich, poor, new immigrants, soda-lin immigrants. And is it hipster or homeless? I mean, I don't know. And with it, new multiple street cultures emerge, carrying on the dangerous, rebellious attitude while keeping it sexy and cool. Hip-hop, break dancing, graffiti art, punk rock, skateboarding, house, and techno music, each developing on their own, incorporating themselves with one another, developing into cultural phenomenon. But the last gift that the streets have given us, well, in my opinion, is deliciousness. The food truck has been around for years.
Woo! Yeah.
But until recently, the Roach Coach has given up its mantle to become a mobile food ambassador, feeding the masses. No kitchen is restricted by walls anymore, traveling freely to wherever they want, spreading the roaches. So, in conclusion, street culture might be a little dirty, rebellious, and dangerous, but it's sexy, and it's cool, with great music and roaches waiting for you out there.